6 days he finished his creations. All that's in the heavens, all that's in the earth. The 7th day he sanctified and made it holy. Moses told me this day will be for a sign between him and Jacob, established as a covenant in all our dwellings. Israel must keep it as the most honorable day, treated as a delight. The Sabbath begin when the 6th day loses light.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
A day of rest is not to pursue our own pleasures. A holy convocation, that's a holy gathering. What is reading out of his law in anticipation for a spiritual measure that Ahayah give us.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
Commanded not to buy or sell or to go on a journey. No laying with your wife, I hope you heed the warning. Seek and do the things that please the higher only. Gather with his people, have a good time. Break bread, drink wine, it's time to cast away the cares of this world for another day. Sufficient are the evils of the day.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
The holy days in the Bibles are Sabbaths too. Jubilees and it's new moons. Know your pastor probably told you Sabbaths any day. Take heed and do what Moses say. Let's open this Bible. Exodus chapter 31, starting at verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye should keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am Ahayah that do sanctify you. For ye should keep the Sabbaths therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul should be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Ahayah. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he should be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel should keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. Leviticus chapter 23, the middle of 32. From evening unto evening shall ye celebrate your Sabbaths.
Young Dizzle.
Salt of the earth, yeah, we be them Hebrews. Whole nation watching what we do. Dancing like David, we do what Daddy do. Passover coming up, we gon' cut loose. Time to celebrate, get on the floor and dance. Remember our God in Egypt showed his mighty hand. Sent the 10 plagues, destroyed the Egyptian gods. Like work to our father, used Moses' rod. Hardened Pharaoh's heart, destroyed his dynasty. Sent the destroyer to kill all their firstborn seed. A great catastrophe, the whole country mourned. Everyone in the land lost their firstborn. They were anguish, including Pharaoh. Summoned Moses and Aaron told us to leave their land. They gave us substance, they go serve your God. Higher in the wilderness, as you have said. It's the Passover, 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 it's the Passover. It's the Passover, it's the Passover. In the wilderness, sacrificing and praising our God. They got angry and interfere and the heart is hard. He just complained to Pharaoh, said the work was hard. Let's get the Hebrews and force them to do their jobs. Pharaoh listened, commanded his army to prepare for war. 600,000 on horses and chariots. So he would teach us a lesson that we will never forget. Bring us back to Egypt to build the pyramids. They surrounded us, mountains on every side of us. Nowhere to escape, we had our back to the sea. A fierce army in our sight, wasn't prepared to fight. No man had weapons, most turned to fright. To the Egyptians and our people, we were an easy kill. Then we cried to our God, he said to stand still. He assured through Moses we get the victory. Then he showed his power, he parted the Red Sea. It's the Passover, 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 it's the Passover. All our people escaped, traveled on dry shod. Made their wheels fall off, made they travel hard. He commanded his waters to come crashing down, and the horse and his rider in the sea drowned. We not forget this testimony, must teach our children. Every year we gather, keep this day remembered. Next to feast of sweet cakes or unleavened bread. It's time to rejoice, time to celebrate. Keep his commandments as we patiently on Christ's wait. Yes, it is. It is. It is. The Passover. Let's get it. That's way better. All right. Everybody good? Y'all tired from last night? Tired? Me too. But we gonna get it.
Bounce back.
It's just High Holy. Hey, it's Shabbat, y'all. It's High Holy Day. It's Passover. We got to get it in for the Most High. What, TJ? Okay. All right. It'd be so far back. There we go. All right. Let's get it. I am Elder Ma'ad, Brother Iran to my left from Awaken Highest Lake Church. Here on the High Holy Day of the Passover, as the Most High said, commanded us to keep this day in remembrance and teach our children's children. All right? I'm not going to say much about it because the scriptures are going to say everything that need to be said. Hold on. Let's go and get into it. All hell Ahayah.
All hell Ahayah.
All hell Ahayah.
All hell Ahayah.
I like that. You gonna stay awake this time, Jordan? You sure? You promise? Let's get it, man. Okay. We're gonna go open this up on the group meet chat. We have it's 2 links on there. We're gonna open up reading out the book of Jasher. Okay, we're gonna read chapter 79 and chapter 80. So let's go ahead and get that. I thought you had them young eyes, man. 39, your eyes going bad, man.
Yep. That's what it is. So it should be the first link. It was the book of Jasher, chapter 79. Everyone has. Let me put it up to the screen for the other viewers to see.
Come on. Perfect.
Book of Jasher, chapter 79, verse 1. And in those days Moses was feeding the flock of Reuel, the Midianite, his father-in-law, beyond the wilderness of Sin. And the stick which he took from his father-in-law was in his hand. And it came to pass one day that a kid of goats strayed from the flock. And Moses pursued it, and it came to the mountain of God, to Horeb. And when he came to Horeb, the Most High appeared there unto him in the bush, and he found the bush burning with fire. But the fire had no power over the bush to consume it. And Moses was greatly astonished at this sight, wherefore the bush was not consumed. And he approached to see this mighty thing. And the Most High called unto Moses out of the fire and commanded him to go down to Egypt, to Pharaoh king of Egypt, to send the children of Israel from his service. And the Most High said unto Moses, Go, return to Egypt, for all those men who sought thy life are dead. And thou shalt speak unto Pharaoh to send forth the children of Israel from his land. Verse 6. And the Most High showed him to do signs and wonders in Egypt before the eyes of Pharaoh and the eyes of his subjects, in order that they might believe that the Most High had sent him. And Moses hearkened to all that the Most High had commanded him. And he returned to his father-in-law and told him the thing. And Reuel said to him, Go in peace. Verse 8. And Moses rose up to go to Egypt, and he took his wife and sons with him. And he was at an inn in the road, and an angel of God came down and sought an occasion against him.
Now, who is this angel of God? According to our records. No, this is not, yes, sister. No, this is Satan. Yeah, Chandler. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh no, it was Satan.
Con.
Yeah. Our records say that Satan stood before him and he desired to kill him.
Con.
So let's go.
Verse 8. And Moses rose up to go to Egypt, and he took his wife and sons with him, and he was at an inn in the road, and an angel of God came down and sought an occasion against him.
So let's get the context. Why would the Most High send him on the road? Then he angry at him for going and try to kill him.
Con.
The records indicate what they indicate. It was Satan. Satan trying to destroy the deliverance of God's people.
Con.
Okay, let's go.
And he wished to kill him on account of his firstborn son, because he had not circumcised him, and had transgressed the covenant which the Most High had made with Abraham. Verse 10. For Moses had hearkened to the words of his father-in-law, which he had spoken to him, not to circumcise his firstborn son. Therefore he circumcised him not. And Zipporah saw the angel of the Most High seeking an occasion against Moses. And she knew that this thing was owing to his not having circumcised her son, Gershom.
Right. Who was the accuser of the brethren? Satan.
Con.
Okay, let's go.
Verse 12. And Zipporah hastened and took of the sharp rock. And Zipporah hastened and took of the sharp rock stones that were there. And she circumcised her son, and delivered her husband and her son from the hand of the angel of the Lord. And Aaron the son of Amram, the brother of Moses, was in Egypt walking at the river side on that day. And the Most High appeared to him in that place, and he said to him, Go now toward Moses in the wilderness. And he went and met him in the mountain of God, and he kissed him. And Aaron lifted up his eyes and saw Zipporah, the wife of Moses, and her children. And he said unto Moses, Who are these unto thee? And Moses said unto him, They are my wife and sons, which God gave to me in Midian. And the thing grieved Aaron on account of the woman and her children. And Aaron said to Moses, Send away the woman and her children, that they may go to her father's house. And Moses hearkened to the words of Aaron, and did so. And Zipporah returned with her children, and they went to the house of Reuel, and remained there until the time arrived when the Most High had visited his people, and brought them forth from Egypt from the hand of Pharaoh.
So let me just get y'all a little insight. The reason why we're going into the book of Jasher, because and for anyone who have not read the Bible, as I always said for all these years, always read the Bible first in its entirety. You should read at least twice before you open up the records. For most people, some people have better. Let's put it this way: it's good for the foundation of knowledge. Okay, for us to read the Bible first, and some people might need to read it twice before you go into the records, because the records give more insight, more detail on events that the Bible does not. Okay, because the Bible is not the tell-all book, right? The Bible is a collection of records. They didn't have a Bible that had scrolls, records, okay, which went in great depth. Now we're going to understand what I'm saying when we get into this reading, okay? Because remember, the book of Exodus or the 5 books of the law, or whatever, is this, I said, like a what? Like a
Microcosm.
Microcosm, yeah. So it's thousands of years that's in 5 books. Okay, so you can't put everything there. But let's go.
Verse 19, still in the book of Jasher, chapter 79, verse 19. And Moses and Aaron came to Egypt, to the community of the children of Israel, and they spoke to them all the words of the Most High, and the people rejoiced in exceeding great rejoicing. And Moses and Aaron rose up early on the next day, and they went to the house of Pharaoh, and they took in their hands the stick of God. And when they came to the king's gates, 2 young lions were confined there with iron instruments, and no person went out or came in from before them, unless those whom the king ordered to come. When the conjurers came and withdrew the lions by their incantations, and this brought them to the king. And Moses hastened and lifted up the stick upon the lions, and he loosed them, and Moses and Aaron came into the king's house. Lions.
Now check this part out. Go ahead.
Verse 23. The lions also came with them in joy, and they followed them and rejoiced as a dog rejoices over his master when he comes from the field. And when Pharaoh saw this thing, he was astonished at it, and he was greatly terrified at the report, for their appearance was like the appearance of the children of God. And Pharaoh said to Moses, what do you require? And they answered him, saying, the Most High God of the Hebrews has sent us to thee to say, send forth my people, that they may serve me. And when Pharaoh heard the words, he was greatly terrified before them. And he said to them, go today and come back to me tomorrow. And they did according to the word of the king. Verse 27, and when they had gone, Pharaoh sent for Balaam the magician, and to Jannes and Jambres his sons, and to all the magicians and conjurers and counselors which belonged to the king. And they all came and sat before the king. Verse 28, and the king told them all the words which Moses and his brother Aaron had spoken to him. And the magician said to the king, But how came the men to thee on account of the lions which were confined at the gate? And the king said, because they lifted up their rod against the lions and loosed them, and came to me. And the lions also rejoiced at them as a dog rejoices to meet his master. And Balaam the son of Beor, the magician, answered the king, saying, these are none else than magicians like ourselves. Now therefore send for them, and let them come, and we will try them. And the king did so. Verse 32, and in the morning Pharaoh sent for Moses and Aaron to come before the king. And they took the rod of God, and came to the king, and spoke to him, saying, thus said the Most High God of the Hebrews, send my people that they may serve me. And the king said to them, but who will believe you that you are the messengers of God, and that you come to me by his order? Now therefore give a wonder or a sign in this matter, and then the words which you speak will be believed. And Aaron hastened and threw the rod out of his hand before Pharaoh and before his servants, and the rod turned into a serpent. And the sorcerers saw this, and they cast each man his rod upon the ground, and they became serpents. And the serpent of Aaron's rod lifted up its head and opened its mouth to swallow the rods of the magicians. And Balaam the magician answered and said, this thing has been from the days of old, that a serpent should swallow its fellow, and that living things devour each other. Now therefore restore it to a rod as it was at first, and we will also restore our rods as they were at first. And if thy rod shall swallow our rods, then shall we know that the Spirit of God is in thee. And if not, thou art only an artificer, like unto ourselves. And Aaron hastened and stretched forth his hand and caught hold of the serpent's tail, and it became a rod in his hand. And the sorcerers did the like with their rods, and they got hold, each man of the tail of his serpent, and they became rods as at first. Verse 42, and when they were restored to rods, the rod of Aaron swallowed up their rods. And when the king saw this thing, he ordered the book of records that related to the kings of Egypt to be brought. And they brought the book of records, the chronicles of the kings of Egypt, in which all the idols of Egypt were inscribed. For they thought of finding therein the name of Ahayah, but they found it not.
Now, I know y'all know this answer. Over how many guys did they serve in Egypt during this time? Can I get a 1,000? Over 1,000 guys. So this hand, yeah. Caleb too. Yeah. But yeah, over 1,000 guys. So it's all recorded who they serve and how they serve them. But they did not find the name of Ahayah in their records, indicating and confirming that the Most High God ain't never been the God of the world. That's why he declared he was the God of our fathers, the God of the Hebrews. Okay? Not the whole world. They had no record, no knowledge of Ahayah. Okay? Wow. Let's go.
Verse 44, and Pharaoh said to Moses and Aaron, behold, I have not found the name of your God written in this book, and his name I know not. And the counselors and wise men answered the king, we have heard that the God of the Hebrews is a son of the wise, the son of ancient kings. And Pharaoh turned to Moses and Aaron and said to them, I know not the Most High. I know not Ahayah, whom you have declared, neither will I send his people. And they answered and said to the king, Ahayah, God of gods, is his name, and he proclaimed his name over us from the days of our ancestors.
Now, I want to clarify something, because a lot of has been passed down through the years. The Most High's name is not Ahayah Shor Ahayah. His name is Ahayah. Okay? When he said, I am that I am, he was confirming who he was. I am the God of your fathers. He was saying that was his name. Then when you go into the into the scripture, it says, tell them Ahayah sent you. This is my name for a memorial. So he said Ahayah, sure Ahayah. Matter of fact, let's get that. Mm-hmm. Genesis chapter 3. No, what was that? Exodus chapter 3. We started that thing about 13. Yes.
Just it's funny because we've covered names a lot and the reason for names, definition of names, the difference between names and titles, and even just thinking about it, in our infancy in this, to understand the name, what we thought it was, but even now, like why would he have three names?
Yeah, he got a first,
like,
middle, and last name.
Why he need three words for it to be his name?
And it's crazy you bring it up because the Hebrews didn't have last names. You was the son of, you was the son of this person. It wasn't Abraham Abinahu. You know what I'm saying? No, it was Abraham.
Property name.
Yeah. So, yes, sister.
Just curiosity of the last body I was with. Why did they use that middle name?
I'm about to go over it right now.
Okay, all right.
I was with that body too. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go over it. Exodus chapter 3, verse 13. It says, and Moses said unto God, behold, when I come into the children of Israel and say unto them, so Moses knew, because he's born where? Where was Moses born? Egypt, right? So he was raised as the what?
Pharaoh's grandson or something.
So he was educated by them, knowing that they're not going to know who he is. And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come into the children of Israel and say unto them, the God of your fathers. So listen to the context. The God of your fathers have sent me into you. Not the God of the Egyptians, the God of your fathers. And they know who their fathers are. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Have sent me into you. And they shall say unto me, what is his name? So again, like Baruch bring out, Moses asked him what his name meant.
His names, right.
There's definition, none of that. What is your name? Okay. What is his name? What should I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, so he didn't give him his name yet. He said, I am. He said, he's a God of their fathers. I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel. What do it say right there?
I am.
You didn't say, I am that I am. Ahayah have sent you. I am have sent you. Not I am that I am. He confirmed to Moses what Moses said. I am what I am. I am the God of your fathers. Right? And God said, moreover to Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Ahayah, the God of your fathers. Now he's going to again confirm it. The God of who? Abraham. The God of Isaac. And the God of Jacob have sent me into you. This is my name forever. And this is my memorial unto all generations. He didn't say Ahayah, sure Ahayah. I am that I am. He said Ahayah. This is my name. He confirmed again what Moses said. I'm going to say it again. He confirmed again what Moses said. He said, when I tell them the God of your fathers, that's who the Most High is. He always declared he's the God of our fathers. He never said his name was Ahayah, sure Ahayah. His name is Ahayah. Okay? Let's go.
Back to book of Jasher, chapter 79, verse 40. I'll read verse 47 again. And they answered and said to the king, Ahayah, God of gods, is his name. And he proclaimed his name over us from the days of our ancestors, and sent us, saying, go to Pharaoh and say unto him, send my people, that they may serve me. Now therefore send us, that we may take a journey for 3 days in the wilderness, and there may sacrifice to him. For from the days of our going down to Egypt, he has not taken from our hands either burnt offerings, oblation, or sacrifice. And if thou wilt not send us, his anger will be kindled against thee, and he will smite Egypt either with the plague or with the sword. And Pharaoh said to them, tell me now his power and his might. And they said to him, he created the heaven and the earth, the seas and all their fishes. He formed the light, created the darkness, caused rain upon the earth and watered it, and made the herbage and grass to sprout. He created man and beast and the animals of the forest, the birds of the air and the fish of the sea. And by his mouth they live and die. Surely he created thee in thy mother's womb, and put unto thee the breath of life, and reared thee, and placed thee upon the royal throne of Egypt.
So you see, they are explaining who their God is, right? No, the God that we serve is the creator of all things.
Come.
Even you, right? He ain't the God of the wind, the God of fire, and all that. He's the creator of all things. Okay? Now listen to the mindset of Pharaoh, because this is what the Pharaohs was raised to believe. Read.
Surely he created thee in thy mother's womb, and put unto thee the breath of life, and reared thee, and placed thee upon the throne, upon the royal throne of Egypt. And he will take thy breath and soul from thee, and return thee to the ground whence thou wast taken. And the anger of the king was kindled at their words. And he said to me, but who amongst all the gods of nations can do this?
Or the who?
But who amongst all the gods of nations?
The gods of nations. So when we deal with religion, we see religion has always been here. The nations, the Gentiles, been serving multiple gods. They've been pagans. That's why Pharaoh's like, hey, I checked the records. I don't see this guy in our records. Read.
But who amongst all the gods?
So sorry with that. So with that being said, how at this time, let's say that we in Egypt, if we go to their theologian schools, how could we be taught about the God of our fathers? We couldn't. So just as in Egypt, in this Egypt, it's the same thing. Our God is not in their records. They don't serve our God. So we go to their schools, they're going to teach us about their gods. Okay? And as they had done. And we know when they teach about their gods, they come with their doctrines. Right?
Verse 51. But who amongst all the gods of nations can do this? My river is my own.
Because who?
My river is my own.
Because he think he's a God. See? His river, his own. His river is own. So are you the creator of water? See? He said his river is his own. Are you created? Is he the creator of the dirt that house the river? And all the vegetation beneath. And all the fishes and stuff that's in it. All the creatures are in it. Are you that God? Or are you just God of this river? Because the river consists of. But see, they had gods and they gave titles to these, a lot of things I'm talking about. The fish god, the river god, the water god, the frog god. No, there's one God that created all things. Right?
My river is my own, and I have made it for myself. Verse 52. And he drove them from him, and he ordered the labor upon Israel to be more severe than it was yesterday and before.
So remember, the Egyptians saw and renowned the pharaohs as gods. So if the pharaoh is saying that this is his river, what do the people believe? If the pharaoh is saying this is his river, what does the servants believe? It's his river. Okay? Right?
And Moses and Aaron went out from the king's presence, and they saw the children of Israel in an evil condition, for the taskmasters had made their labor exceedingly heavy. And Moses returned to the Most High and said, why hast thou ill-treated thy people? For since I came to speak to Pharaoh, what thou didst send me for, he has exceedingly ill-used the children of Israel. And Ahayah said to Moses, behold, thou wilt see that with an outstretched hand and heavy plagues, Pharaoh will send the children of Israel from his land.
So understand, Our ways, our thinking is not like the Most High. We talked about murmuring last night. Now imagine what's going on right now. Remember, they love Moses. Who was Moses before he left? He was a captain of the king's army.
Yep.
He was a general, for real, a real soldier. Because they don't teach us who Moses really was. Okay? So they rejoiced when he came. They was feasting, having a good time. Now, since you've been here, we've been going through it. So imagine the murmuring that's going on. Now, let that sink right there, and you understand what I was talking about last night. I said, Most High hates this. But all this stuff is done to try us. Moses and the Hebrews thinking is not like the Most High. The Most High know what he's doing. Okay? And listen to the time period they had to go through this. Okay? So back to that comfort stuff. See, we don't get comforted. We want to. It's when the Most High says so. Okay? So like Iran brought out, we get comfort from the scriptures. But it might not come today. It may come next week. It might come tomorrow. Everything has its appointed time. Okay? Even being comforted. Read.
Verse 55. And the Most High said to Moses, Behold, thou wilt see that with an outstretched hand and heavy plagues, Pharaoh will send the children of Israel from his land. And Moses and Aaron dwelt amongst their brethren, the children of Israel in Egypt. And as for the children of Israel, the Egyptians embittered their lives with the heavy work which they imposed upon them. Going to book of Jasher, chapter 80, verse 1. And at the end of 2 years, the Most High again sent Moses to Pharaoh to bring forth the children of Israel and to send them out of the land of Egypt. And Moses went and came to the house of Pharaoh, and he spoke to him the words of the Most High, who had sent him. But Pharaoh would not hearken to the voice of Ahayah, and God roused his might in Egypt upon Pharaoh and his subjects. And God smote Pharaoh and his people with very great and sore plagues. And the Most High sent by the hand of Aaron and turned all the waters of Egypt into blood.
So you see how long it was before the plagues came? 2 years. Now imagine what the people are saying against Moses and Aaron. 2 years. But the Most High got something for him. Like I said, we get away with nothing. Every word, every action will be judged. Watch, read.
And the Most High sent by the hand of Aaron and turned all the waters of Egypt into blood, with all their streams and rivers. And when an Egyptian came to drink and draw water, he looked into his pitcher, and behold, all the water was turned into blood. And when he came to drink from his cup, the water in the cup became blood. And when a woman kneaded her dough and cooked her victuals, their appearance was turned to that of blood.
Now I'm going to stop right there to emphasize what I always emphasize. Do not let these deceivers deceive you. Just because, like I said, they show you a river that turned red, it's not a plague of God. Just because you see locusts swarming in a small territory don't mean it's a plague of God. Again, when the Most High does something, it can't be duplicated. It was not just a river that turned to blood, but everything. Right now, this cup, if I had some water in it, it would turn into blood. Everybody's, not just mine. The Most High don't do things on that minute level like that. Oh, this is a plague of God because somebody didn't put some dye or something in the river. I don't know what or something in the river just turned the water red. Okay? Or it's raining frogs. Well, let's see what happens when frogs do appear. When the Most High does a plague. Okay? Man can't duplicate this. Read.
And when a woman kneaded her dough and cooked her victuals, their appearance was turned to that of blood. Verse 6. And the Most High sent again and caused all their waters to bring forth frogs. And all the frogs came into the house of the Egyptians.
So it's not just raining frogs. Right. Now listen to how the Most High works. Read.
And when the Egyptians drank, their bellies were filled with frogs, and they danced in their bellies as they danced when in the river.
So where did the frogs come from? They didn't eat a frog from the water in their bellies. But these frogs are still alive. Read.
Verse 8. And all their drinking water and cooking water turned to frogs. Also, when they lay in their beds, their perspiration bred frogs.
Come on now. Now you see the working guy in the work, that's difference between working man. When they sweated, they came out frogs. Most I don't play. That's why we're going to the records so we can get a clear understanding.
Con.
So if somebody show you on TV that frogs is this town or this street is full of frogs, it ain't a plague of God. Okay?
Con.
Because when he does something, you're reading how he does something, how he does things. Okay? And when he does send plagues to the earth, as he say, the whole earth gonna know that it's been done by him and not man. It won't be no Project Blue Beam and none of that kind of stuff. It's gonna be the real deal. Right?
Notwithstanding all this, the anger of the Most High did not turn from them, and his hand was stretched out against all the Egyptians to smite them with every heavy plague. And he sent and smote their dust to lice, and the lice became in Egypt to the height of 2 cubits upon the earth. The lice were also very numerous in the flesh of man and beast, and all the inhabitants of Egypt. Also upon the king and queen, the Most High sent the lice.
It says every man and beast. Look up 2 cubits.
2 cubits.
You dig? Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says 2 cubits typically equals approximately 3 feet. If we get 3 feet of snow, it's a problem. Imagine having 3 feet of lice. Every man and beast.
That's silly. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. Let's go.
Come on. Let me get back to it.
Now let's read it again so y'all get greater context and understanding.
Verse 10 in the book of Jasher chapter 80. And he sent and smote their dust to lice, and the lice became in Egypt to the height of 2 cubits upon the earth. The lice were also very numerous in the flesh of man and beast, and all the inhabitants of Egypt. Also upon the king and queen, the Most High sent the lice.
Now, in time past, we had gone over and discussed that all these things the Most High is doing, he's destroying the confidence and faith in the Egyptians' God, in Egyptian peoples, because these are their gods. So when this is going on, they're going to their temples, they're praying to their gods for relief, but there is none. So everything they believed in, the Most High was destroying. It showed that he is the God of all gods, the Most High God. Read.
And also upon the king and queen, the Most High sent the lice, and it grieved Egypt exceedingly on account of the lice. Verse 12, notwithstanding this, the anger of the Most High did not turn away, and his hand was still stretched out over Egypt. And Ahayah sent all kinds of beasts of the field into Egypt, and they came and destroyed all Egypt, man and beast, and trees, and all things that were in Egypt. And the Most High sent fiery serpents, scorpions, mice, weasels, toads, together with other creeping in the dust, flies, hornets, fleas, bugs, and gnats, each swarm according to its kind. Verse 16. Yeah. And all reptiles and winged animals according to their kind came to Egypt and grieved the Egyptians exceedingly.
Now let's stop right there. I want y'all to let that marinate right there. Put yourselves there. Imagine the misery that is going on in the land of Egypt right now. We be complaining about mosquitoes.
Con.
I say mosquitoes are a light thing compared to what the Most High put them through. I mean, insect after insect, creature after creature, all together. He put them through great miseries. And again, imagine all their lives they've been trusting in these magicians, these sorcerers, these priests. And they can do nothing. They themselves are in great misery and have been found to be frauds. So imagine what's going on in Egypt right now. So understand, Most High said, once again, he going to stretch his arm out, but in all the land. So imagine the great miseries that men are about to feel when he's for his plagues to the earth. And just as it was in Egypt, they knew them was the children of God. He said, the whole earth would know that I have loved you, that you are my people. So before we go anywhere, the nations are going to know who we are and why it's going on. This is how the Most High works. He don't work to give you a couple dollars and get a plane ticket and you go to some territory. The whole earth will know the second Exodus and why it's going on. And like these Gentiles we're going to read about, many are going to come with us. Let's go.
Verse 17. And the fleas and flies came into the eyes and ears of the Egyptians. And the hornet came upon them and drove them away. And they removed from it into their inner rooms, and it pursued them. And when the Egyptians hid themselves on account of the swarm of animals, they locked their doors after them. And God ordered the Sulanuth, which was in the sea, to come up and go into Egypt. And she had long arms, 10 cubits in length of the cubit of a man.
Hold on now. It's creatures that we ain't know about. I was trying to find it. I read it a while ago. But I know it says that in the wilderness, wherever that we would eat Leviathan. But it's recorded that they did once before. I got to find that before his lesson is over with. But let's go. So it's all kind of creatures, serious creatures that man has not discovered and won't discover. What did he do?
In verse 19. And when the Egyptians hid themselves on account of the swarm of animals, they locked their doors after them. And God ordered the Sulanuth, which was in the sea, to come up and go into Egypt. And she had long arms, 10 cubits in length of the cubit of a man. And she went upon the roofs and uncovered the raftering and flooring and cut them and stretched forth her arms into the house and removed the lock and the bolt and opened the houses of Egypt. Afterward, verse 22, afterward came the swarm of animals into the houses of Egypt, and the swarm of animals destroyed the Egyptians, and it grieved them exceedingly.
You can't escape. You can't escape his wrath. Read.
Notwithstanding this, the anger of the Most High did not turn away from the Egyptians, and his hand was yet stretched forth against them. And God sent the pestilence, and the pestilence pervaded Egypt, and the horses and asses, and in the camels, and herds of oxen, and sheep, and in man. And when the Egyptians rose up early in the morning to take their cattle to pasture, they found all their cattle dead. And there remained of the cattle of the Egyptians only 1 in 10, and of the cattle belonging to Israel in Goshen, not one died. And God sent a burning inflammation in the flesh of the Egyptians, which burst their skins. And it became a severe itch in all the Egyptians from the soles of their feet to the crowns of their heads. And many boils were in their flesh, that their flesh wasted away until they became rotten and putrid. Notwithstanding this, the anger of the Most High did not turn away, and his hand was still stretched out over all Egypt. Verse 30, and the Most High sent a very heavy hail, which smote their vines and broke their fruit trees and dried them up that they fell upon them.
Now remember, this hail was different, right?
Gone.
It was mixed with what?
Fire.
Fire. Which we're going to read. Get it?
Verse 31, also every green herb became dry and perished, for a mingling fire descended amidst the hail. Therefore the hail and the fire consumed all things. Also men and beasts that were found abroad perished of the flames of fire and of the hail, and all the young lions were exhausted. And the Most High sent and brought numerous locusts into Egypt, the chasel, the salam, chargol, chagul, locusts each of its kind, which devour all that the hail had left remaining. Then the Egyptians rejoiced at the locusts, although they consumed the produce of the field, and they caught them in abundance and salted them for food. And the Most High turned a mighty wind of the sea, which took away all the locusts, even those that were salted, and thrust them. And the Most High turned a mighty wind of the sea, which took away all the locusts, even those that were salted, and thrust them into the Red Sea. Not one locust remained within the boundaries of Egypt. And God sent darkness upon Egypt, that the whole land of Egypt and Pathros became dark for 3 days.
Now, check this out, right? I talked about murmuring, and I said we're gonna get to this point. We're gonna show what I was talking about. All the stuff that's going on. Israel is really a stiff-necked, rebellious people. All that murmuring that they was doing, they didn't get away with. Watch this. Read.
Verse 36. And God sent darkness upon Egypt, that the whole land of Egypt and Pathros became dark for 3 days, so that a man could not see his hand when he lifted it to his mouth.
Yep.
At that time died many of the people of Israel who had rebelled against the Most High.
Who what?
At that time died many of the people of Israel who had rebelled against the Most High.
Every one of them. So I said, imagine how they was treating Moses and Aaron, what they were saying about them. So I said, we talked about what vain talk.
Yep.
So remember all the vain talk that was going on, turning people against the chosen of the Most High. Through all this whole process, they're still blaming Moses and Aaron. Not just a few people, but many. But Most High don't forget our works, whether they be good or bad. So he caused a great darkness. Now this is a strange darkness. Right? Now, all of us, well, the majority of us, we have been like out in the country, right? And we always talk about the difference between darkness in the city and darkness in the country, right? Mm-hmm. This darkness ain't the darkness in the country. Check this out. Read.
And God sent darkness upon Egypt, that the whole land of Egypt and Pathros became dark for 3 days, so that a man could not see his hand when he lifted it to his mouth. At that time died many of the people of Israel who had rebelled against the Most High, and who would not hearken to Moses and Aaron, and believed not in them that God had sent them, and who had said, we will not go forth from Egypt, lest we perish with hunger in a desolate wilderness, and who would not hearken to the voice of Moses. And the Most High plagued them in the 3 days of darkness, and the Israelites buried them in those days, without the Egyptians knowing of them or rejoicing over them. And the darkness was very great in Egypt for 3 days, and any person who was standing when the darkness came remained standing in his place. And he
couldn't move. It was that dark.
And he that was sitting remained sitting, and he that was lying continued lying in the same state. and he that was walking remained sitting upon the ground in the same spot.
Have you ever experienced that darkness? Well, you scared to even take a step because you don't know what's before you. It's that dark. Yeah.
And this thing happened to all the Egyptians until the darkness had passed away. Verse 41. And the days of darkness passed away. And the Most High sent Moses and Aaron to the children of Israel, saying, celebrate your feast and make your Passover. For behold, I come in the midst of the night amongst all the Egyptians, and I will smite all their firstborn, from the firstborn of a man to the firstborn of a beast. And when I see your Passover, I will pass over you. And the children of Israel did according to all the Most High had commanded Moses and Aaron. Thus did they in that night. And it came to pass in the middle of the night that the Most High went forth in the midst of Egypt and smote all the firstborn of the Egyptians, from the firstborn of man to the firstborn of beasts. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry throughout Egypt in that night, for there was not a house in which there was not a corpse. Also the likeness of the firstborn of Egypt, which were carved in the walls at their houses, were destroyed and fell to the ground. Even the bones of the, verse 46, even the bones of their firstborn, who had died before this, and whom they had buried in their houses, were raked up by the dogs of Egypt on that night, and dragged before the Egyptians, and cast before them. And all the Egyptians saw this evil, which had suddenly come upon them. And all the Egyptians cried out with a loud voice. And all the families of Egypt wept upon that night, each man for his son, and each man for his daughter, being the firstborn. And the tumult of Egypt was heard at a distance on that night.
Now I want to stop right there and get to the Bible, okay? Because we're gonna go into this same story, but I just wanted to give you more insight so we can put ourselves there and see the difference in how the Most High really operates, okay? But let's go.
I was calling it out. We weren't on the screen, so I didn't see the questions. First precept will be Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 through 8.
It's in Psalms. Hold on. I want to go to Psalms real quick.
Okay.
Psalms chapter 74. Psalms chapter 74, and read verse 13 and 14. This is the back of what I was telling you. Comment everyone's there. Psalms 74, 13 and 14. It reads, Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength. Thou breakest the head of the dragons in the waters. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. So that's a testimony that we have not dug into, but it's showing that in the wilderness, the Most High also provided Leviathan for meat for the people, as he said he would do it again.
We're at Leviticus chapter 23.
It's a lot of stuff that have occurred that's not that we don't have access to. So we're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 23,
verses 1 through 8. Verse 1 reads in Leviticus chapter 23. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Ahayah, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but before the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of Ahayah, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
So this one the Most High said we are to do his ordinance, his holy days, not the holidays of the world. These are his feasts that we must remember and celebrate with our children and teach them the understanding of them. And he said it's his Sabbaths. It's not man's Sabbath. It's his Sabbaths. He sanctified the 7th day. Read.
Verse 5. And in the 14th day of the first month, at even, is Ahayah's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Most High. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. And the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High 7 days. And the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Okay. Next precept.
Exodus chapter 11. Verse 1 to chapter 12. Verse 51. Exodus chapter 11. Con, when everyone's there. Exodus chapter 11, verse 1.
Gilly, we didn't have the screen up. Did you mention that? We didn't have the screen up when we was reading, so we was reading out the book of Jasher, chapter 79 and chapter 80.
Con.
Let's go.
Verse 1, Exodus chapter 11. And the Most High said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man, Moses, was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus says the Most High, About midnight will I go out into the midst of the people. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against men or beasts, that ye may know how that Ahayah doth put difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger.
Now, before we get started going further, I want to highlight something, because we've been taught that we are Egyptians or we're African. The Most High is telling us there's two different nations. The Egyptians are a different nation than the children of Israel. We made a difference between two, because they get the same skin color. Don't make them the same. We are not Egyptians. Okay. And Dear Echoes 7. Yes, you're right. In Strong's, it's H1961. Yep. I am. You see what it says, Ahayah. So, yep, let's go.
Verse 9. And the Most High said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land.
So, for those who don't know this, we know this in this church, because we have gone over this before. Who is the Lord? Remember in the Book of Jubilees, when the angel said that they did what? They held back Satan and his angels, and that's when Pharaoh's heart was softened. And then he wanted to let them go, but soon the angels let them go. They went into the Pharaoh and hardened his heart. So it's not the Most High's hardened his heart, but it's Satan and his angels. Okay.
Chapter 12, verse 1. And the Most High said unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next Next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep, or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Most High's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Ahayah. Verse 13. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial.
For a what?
For a memorial.
This is why we're doing it. It's a memorial. We must remember this day and keep it as a holy convocation, a public gathering where it's reading out of this law. Let's go.
And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
So understand, my people, let's pay attention. Ty, you cool? Okay. So let's remember what we just read. 7 days we must do what?
Eat unleavened bread.
My people, starting tonight, 7 days we must eat unleavened bread. Okay? Let's go.
Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
So when we return home, it's been our custom. I know me. You might open the freezer and find something that you miss. If you find it, take it out of your house. Okay. Yep. Let's go.
16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation.
So today we are on what day? The first day.
First day.
So I'm going to ask my people from Gathering Christ Church, why are you having a double Sabbath? Tomorrow is not the Sabbath. Read it again.
Verse 16, Exodus chapter 12. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation.
Which is today. And on what?
And in the 7th day,
which is next Sabbath,
there shall be an holy convocation.
See? Today and the next Sabbath we close out. We don't do a double Sabbath. Nowhere in the Bible, in any records, has the Most High had a 48-hour Sabbath. Nowhere in the Bible. Moses and them was not doing the double Sabbath. Look into it. Do not be deceived. Even when it came to the manna, he didn't have them doing double Sabbaths. There's nowhere in the records we did a double Sabbath. I'm saying it because I used to be one who did the double Sabbaths. But there's no double Sabbath. Okay? This is the foundation of the Passover. First day, and on the what day?
7th day.
Come on, let's go. Con. No, not the first day of the week, the first day of Passover. Okay? Let's go.
Middle of verse 16. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. That only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day, and your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days there shall be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel.
And see, that's why we always have unleavened bread with our Passover meal, which we're going to have very shortly, because by the time we always eat the meal prior to the sun going down. We're still eating when it's dark, so we always eat unleavened bread when it gets dark. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, and all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out, and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning, for the Most High will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Most High will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which Ahayah will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? Verse 27, that ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of Ahayah's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshiped. And the children of Israel went away, as did the Most High commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Most High smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. In verse 30, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead.
See, there was not a house. Not only with man, though. Okay?
And he called for Moses.
We're going to read more in depth out of the Josephus later on, okay? And you'll see why I'm putting the emphasis on how the Most High operate. So it was not this. I'm going to put the cart before the horse. Even the dead firstborns, okay? So I'm going to stop there, but let's go. That's what we on. That's the one that went.
That's the last one too. Oh, okay. As it mentioned it in 80. Okay.
Isn't that the chapter we in? Oh,
no, that's the last one, Josephus.
Oh, did it?
The last one is Josephus. It mentioned it in chapter 80.
Did it? We read that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, but let's go.
Verse 31. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve Ahayah as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
Yeah, I want to touch this. Levi, this is what I was talking about. So it was prepared, obviously it was prepared normally, but they had to leave in haste, so it did not leaven. You see what I'm saying? So it says that the people took their bread before it was leavened because they had to go in haste. But everything was in it, but they had time for it to sit and rise. They had to go. So, but let's go.
Come. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them in flocks and herds.
So I'm saying this is millions of people. It's not 600,000. That's just the men. Like we got more children than we got people. You know, women and children accumulate quick. So this is 600,000 men, but it's millions when you include the women and the children and the Gentiles and their children. So let's go.
And the mixed multitude went up also with them in flocks and herds, even very much cattle.
This mixed multitude were of those who realized that their gods was vanity and that the Hebrews' gods was the God of all gods. And they chose to, I'm going with them. Let's go.
Verse 39. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Most High went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto Ahayah for bringing them out of the land of Egypt.
It's a what?
It is a night to be much observed.
Forever. This is one of the Most High's testimonies. Right?
Unto Ahayah for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of Ahayah to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Most High said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every manservant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
Now, I want to say this because I know some people that don't have a church body. It's brought to my attention, like this is not a high holy day where you are to invite your family over to celebrate Passover with you. Okay? Uncircumcised also means unclean.
Come.
Okay, so this ain't because it's a Hebrew tradition. Even back in the day when some of the priests discovered a dead body and touched the body, they couldn't celebrate the Passover. They had to do it the next month because they had to go through the purification process. But listen to what the Most High say. So if your people ain't with you and baptized, whatever, but following the Most High, don't just invite your cousin Pete and them over to celebrate Passover.
Come.
This is sacred. Read.
There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every manservant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh, all of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Most High, let all his males be circumcised.
You have to make the agreement to serve the Most High. It ain't that you coming over, you're gonna eat this lamb. Anybody who don't eat meat, this is the one day you have to eat meat.
Come.
Or you despise the Lord's Passover sacrifice.
Come.
Read.
And when the stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Most High, let all his males be circumcised.
And these grown folk, so this ain't a pleasant experience.
Come.
Read.
And then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
See that?
Come.
No uncircumcised, no unclean person should eat of the Passover. Read.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Most High commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass, the selfsame day, that Ahayah did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, by their armies.
Next precept.
Exodus chapter 13, verses 12 through 22. Exodus chapter 13, verses 12 through 22. Verse 12 reads, that thou shalt set apart unto the Most High all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh out of a beast, which thou hast, the male shall be the Most High's. And every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man among thy children shalt thou redeem. And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, what is this? That thou shalt say unto him, by strength of hand the Most High brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage.
So what is that doing for our children? Teaching them to have confidence, faith in our God. And we elaborate on it, and we explain to them how powerful Egypt and the Pharaoh was, and how none of his might prevailed against us, our God. So this was like what we're going through in this world. No matter what they proclaim to be, the Most High is going to destroy them like he destroyed Pharaoh and his armies. Our children must hear these stories, these testimonies, so they will build faith and confidence in the God of our fathers. Read.
And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Most High slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Ahayah all that openeth the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thine eyes. For by strength of hand the Most High brought us forth out of Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them, not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war. And they returned to Egypt. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up, harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Most High went before them by a pillar and a and the Most High went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light, to go by day and night.
So you see, it was not just Moses and Aaron leading them. Just like in our when it's time for us to exit, it won't just be men. It would be present sign. Angels will guide us. And the scriptures say, who was this fire? Who was this cloud? Messiah. Okay? Let's get it.
Verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people.
But it was not just Messiah, it's the Holy Spirit and the other angels too. So just to clarify that. Next precept.
Joshua chapter 5, verses 10 through 12.
So where was the first Passover celebrated at? Where was the first Passover celebrated at? You said the wilderness real quickly. Was it Sister, your hand up, Sister Sheba? Get my microphone.
I thought they were still in the land of their captivity, Egypt.
There's a land of captivity, Egypt. So when someone says that we ain't supposed to be celebrating his high holy days in the land of our captivity, the first Passover was done in the land of captivity. Now we're about to read the us being established in the land of Canaan during the Passover. Right?
Sister Dina. Joshua chapter 5, verses 10 through 12. Good. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal, and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even in the plains of Jericho. And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes, and parched corn in the selfsame day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year.
So, when they, no, that's in the reading, so I'm going to be quiet. Next reading.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, chapter 19, verse 22.
I think that was in Jasher, but I don't think we read that. But go ahead, let's go. We got it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18.
I read it.
Words be changing sometimes.
Chapter 18?
Yep, to chapter 19, verse 22.
How many ones there? Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light, whose voice they hearing and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same things. They counted them happy, but for that they did not hurt them now, of whom they had been wronged before. They thanked them and besought them pardon for that they had been enemies. Instead whereof, thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire, both to be a guide of the unknown journey and a harmless sun to entertain them honorably. See, to be a guide to unknown territory. We don't know this boundary, these borders. Verse 4, for they were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up, by whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given into the world. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints, one child being cast forth and saved, to reprove them, thou tookest away the multitude of their children, and destroyed them altogether in a mighty water. I need a light, man. There you go, right there. Of that night were our fathers certified afore, that assuredly, knowing unto what oaths they had given credence, they might afterwards be of good cheer. So thy people was accepted, both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called. For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made in holy law, that the saints should be alike partakers of the same good and evil, the fathers now singing out the songs of praise. But on the other side there sounded an ill according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that was bewailed. The master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person. So they altogether had innumerable dead with one kind of death. Neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. For while all things were in quiet silence, and that night was in the midst of her swift course, thy almighty word leaped down from heaven, out of thy royal throne, as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction, and brought thy unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up fulfill all things with death. And it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. Suddenly visions of horrible dreams troubled them sore, and terror came upon them unlooked for. And one thrown here and another there, half dead, showed the cause of his death. For the dream that troubled them did foreshow this, lest they should perish and not know why they were afflicted. Yea, the tasting of death touched the righteous also, and there was a destruction of the multitude in the wilderness, but the wrath endured not long. For then the blameless man made haste and stood forth to defend them, and bringing the shield of his proper ministry, even prayer, and the propitiation of incense, set himself against the wrath, and so brought the calamity to an end, declaring that he was thy servant. So he overcame the destroyer, not with strength of body, nor force of arms, but with a word subdued he him that punished, alleging the oaths and covenants made with the fathers. For when the dead were now fallen down by heaps, one upon another, standing between, he stayed the wrath, and parted the way to the living. For in the long garment was the whole world, and in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the fathers graven, and thy majesty upon the diadem on his head. Unto these the destroyer gave place, and was afraid of them, for it was enough that they only tasted of the wrath. As for the ungodly, wrath came upon them without mercy unto the end, for he knew before what they would do, how that having given them leave to depart, and sent them hastily away, they repent and pursue them. For while they were yet mourning and making lamentations at the graves of the dead, they added another foolish device, and pursued them as fugitives, whom they had entreated to be gone. For the destiny whereof they were worthy drew them unto this end, and made them forget the things that had already happened, that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanting to their torments. And that thy people might pass a wonderful way, but they might find a strange death. For the whole creature in his proper kind was fashioned again anew, serving the peculiar commandments that were given unto them, that thy children might be kept without hurt, as namely a cloud shadowing the camp, and where water stood before, dry land appeared, and out of the Red Sea a way without impediment, and out of the violent stream a green field, where through all the people went that were defended with thy hand, seeing thy marvelous strange wonders. For they went at large like horses, and leaped like lambs, praising thee, O Ahayah, who has delivered them. For they were yet mindful of the things that were done while they sojourned in the strange land, how the ground brought forth flies instead of cattle, and how the rivers cast forth a multitude of frogs instead of fishes. But afterwards they saw a new generation of fowls, when, being led with their appetite, they asked delicate meats. For quails came up unto them from the sea for their contentment, and punishments came upon the sinners, not without former signs by the force of thunders. For they suffered justly according to their own wickedness, insomuch as they used a more hard and hateful behavior towards the Gentiles or the strangers. For the Sodomites did not receive those whom they knew not when they came, but these brought friends into bondage. Now, it's going back into Sodom and Gomorrah. That was their custom, to ill-treat newcomers. But he's saying you did this to people that were your friends. For the Sodomites did not receive those whom they knew not when they came, but these brought friends into bondage that had well deserved of them. And not only so, but peradventure some respect shall be had of those, because they use strangers not friendly. But these very grievously afflicted them, whom they had received with feasting, and were already made partakers of the same laws with them. Therefore, even with blindness were these stricken, as those were at the doors of the righteous man, when being compassed about with horrible great darkness, every one sought the passages of his own doors, talking about Lot. For the elements were changed in themselves by a kind of harmony, like as in a psaltery note change the name of the tune, and yet are always sounds, which may well be perceived by the sight of the things that have been done. For earthly things were turned into watery, and the things that before swarmed in the waters now went upon the ground. We just read about that. The fire had power in the water, forgetting his own virtue, and the water forgot his own quenching nature. On the other side, the flames wasted not the flesh of the corruptible living things, though they walked therein. Neither melted they the icy kind of heavenly meat that was of nature apt to melt. For in all things, O Ahayah, thou did magnify thy people and glorify them. Neither did thou lightly regard them, but did assist them in every time and place. Next precept.
Psalm chapter 105. Right at verse 1.
Go ahead.
Psalms 105. Come when everyone's there. Psalm chapter 105, verse 1. It reads, O give thanks unto Ahayah, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him, sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Ahayah.
Hold on. Sister Mitchell, see, that's kind of what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Explain him. Talk of his marvelous works. That's what I was talking about, okay? Start over again.
Come, verse 1, Psalm chapter 105. O give thanks unto Ahayah, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people.
See, make known his deeds among the people. Read.
Sing unto him, sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Ahayah. Seek the Most High in his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is Ahayah our God. His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac.
See, these are things we have to explain to our children so they understand. As they get older, we have to explain to them the covenant and the accountability that comes with being in this covenant. We have to speak of his marvelous deeds, his power, his might. We have to educate, and that's what we're doing right now. But all of us individually has to continue in this education, okay? Because it's one thing to say his name is Ahayah, but we have to break him down so people understand how Moses had to explain to Pharaoh, no. This is why he's the God of all gods. Make his wonders, make his name known, not just his name, but who he is and why he is who he is. You know what I mean? Because the world, obviously, we see in Egypt, they didn't know him. Today, in spiritual Egypt, they don't know him. So what's the difference between our God and their gods? we have to explain who our God is and teach also what he commands. Okay? Read.
Verse 10. And confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant,
See?
saying, Unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people. He suffered no man to do them wrong, yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron, until the time that his word came. The word of the Most High tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. He made him lord of his house, and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and teach his senators wisdom. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly, and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses his servant, and Aaron whom he had chosen. They showed his signs among them, and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness, and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word. He turned their waters into blood, and slew their fish. Their land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of their kings. He spake, and there came diverse sorts of flies and lice in all their coasts. He gave them hail for rain, and flaming fire in their land. He smote their vines also in their fig trees, and brake the trees of their coasts. He spake, and the locusts came, and caterpillars, and that without number, and did eat up all the herbs in their land, and devoured their fruit of their ground. He smote also the firstborn in their land, the chief of all their strength. He brought them forth also with silver and gold, and there was not one feeble person among their tribes. Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering, and fire to give light in the night. The people asked, and he brought quails, and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. For he remembered his holy promise, and Abraham his servant. And he brought forth his people with joy, and his chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen. And they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes, and keep his laws. Praise ye Ahayah. Verse 1, chapter 106, Psalm chapter 106. Praise ye Ahayah. O give thanks unto Ahayah, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Who can utter the mighty acts of the Most High? Who can show forth all his praise? Blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Remember me, O Ahayah, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation, that I may glory with thine inheritance. We have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Verse 8. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths, as through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise. They soon forgot his works. They waited not for his counsel, but lusted exceedingly in the wilderness, and tempted God in the desert. And he gave them their request, but sent leanness into their soul. They envied Moses also in the camp, and Aaron the saint of the Most High. The earth opened and swallowed up Dathan, and covered the company of Abiram. And a fire was kindled in their company. The flame burnt up the wicked. They made a calf in Horeb, and worshipped the molten image. Thus they changed their glory into the similitude of an ox that eateth grass. They forgot God their Savior, which had done great things in Egypt, wondrous works in the land of Ham, and terrible things by the Red Sea. Therefore he said that he would destroy them, had not Moses his chosen stood before him in the breach, to turn away his wrath, lest he should destroy them. Yea, they despised the pleasant land. They believed not his word, but murmured in their tents, and hearkened not unto the voice of the Most High. Therefore he lifted up his hand against them, to overthrow them in the wilderness, to overthrow their seed also among the nations, and to scatter them in the lands. Verse 28, they joined themselves also unto Baal Peor, and ate the sacrifices of the dead. Thus they provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague brake in upon them. Then stood up Phinehas, and executed judgment, and so the plague was stayed. And that was counted unto him for righteousness, unto all generations forevermore. They angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations, concerning whom the Most High had commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
See, all this right here, we have to remember this and teach our children. This is the era of our fathers. They mingled among the heathen and learned their works. Mm-hmm. So when we came over here, also thousands of years later, we still did the same. We have mingled. These religions are not of us. They are not for our turn. They are not for our benefit. We have learned the way of the heathen. We have served their gods. We are in their religions. So we have made the same mistake as our fathers that we're reading about. The difference is they knew who they were and we don't. But now that we know who we are, we have to continue in the Most High's way and not err like our fathers. Right?
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Verse 37.
So when it said idols, is representing their religions. Right?
Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters.
But Ahayah says, why are they sacrificing their sons and daughters to devils? They didn't know that they didn't know they were serving them. They were sacrificing them to devils. Right? This is what they had been taught. Like we say now, we're still doing the same thing when it comes to abortions. We're sacrificing our children to somehow. We've been taught that it would give us a better chance to be more successful up in life. So same thing with them. They sacrifice their children for prosperity or for a better opportunity because now you don't have this so-called baggage. But it's not baggage. You did the things that created this bag.
Hold up, too. Oh, never mind. I didn't know you was right there.
You know, so we're still doing the same thing and for the same reasons. Okay, so when we do this, we're sacrificing our children to devils. Okay, let's go.
Verse 38. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was
to the idols. So in their religions, they was teaching that this was like, for example, I would go back to that series Game of Thrones, right? With the fire god. The doctrine was that it took one of royal blood to now you sacrifice your firstborn, and then you have the god of war, the god of fire, lead you to victory.
Yep.
So it's all doctrinal teachings. Right now, the same thing I was about the parent parenthood. That's a doctrinal teaching that's passed down through generations. We're not taught not to fornicate. You'll never have this issue. So, but yes, let's go.
And the land was polluted with blood. Thus, in verse 39, thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Most High kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. Their enemies.
And as it is this day, they that hate us rule over us. That's part of our punishment. We have ears to hear and read the Bible. If we know that's another fact that it's very important to know who we are. The Bible don't teach us to be like them, to desire to It don't. It teaches us to be different. Not to trust them. He's saying those that rule over us hate us. But we don't know who we are. Now we trusting them. We're voting for our own oppression. Because what they look like, brown or pink or whatever color it could be, whoever is sitting in the seats of authority are ministers of Satan. And they hate God's people. But if we don't read the Bible and relate to it as we ought to, we'll never figure it out. We will continue to march. We'll continue to vote, hoping for change. But the Bible clearly states that those that rule over his people hate them, hate us. Let's ask ourselves, what good was someone that hates you doing to you or for you? Okay? Let's get it.
Their enemies also, in verse 42, their enemies also oppressed them.
See, that our enemies, that's what they do. They oppress us. So it says those who rule over us will hate us. So those that rule over us, they are also over these churches, these religions. So why would they teach you the truth? See? They actually set up their churches in our communities to continue to oppress us. Because it's written that if we don't keep his laws, they rule over us. And it says that their tendency is to oppress us and become rich off of our oppression. Read.
Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel, and were brought low for their iniquity.
So we must understand that the situation we're in right now, our people have been going through this. So the Most High left a testimony showing that he has always delivered and redeemed his people. But now this is the last. This is the last one. He's sending his son to redeem his people forever. There would never be again a time where we would be redeemed and then act up, rebel against the Most High, and then go back into oppression, go back into captivity, go back into servitude, go back into being subject to these people. This is the last one. This is our last shot to get it right. Because in the world to come, there will be no sinners. There will be no tempter. There will be no evil. Okay? This is our last shot. Who was that? Eminem, he had a song, was it The Last Shot?
Yeah.
Lose yourself? Yeah, it's our last shot. Let's take advantage of our opportunity. Let's go.
Verse 44. Nevertheless, he regarded their affliction when he heard their cry, and he remembered for them his covenant.
See, we had to teach our children this, showing how wonderful our God is, how loving he is, how powerful he is. We have to read the times when he redeemed us and when we rebelled, to show the pattern of our people, show the pattern of our God. So we can't just read them many times he delivered them. We got to read them the times he delivered them. And teach them what they have, what they done to go back into oppression, back into captivity, so they can understand as they get older why they're living the world that they're living in. And teach them the hope that's from the scriptures, that our kingdom is at hand. Right? So this is the premise of Passover. This is the premise, not just to remember, but to go over these things so we understand who our God is and count on him, wait for him, believe on him. Right?
Verse 45. And he remembered for them his covenant, and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captives. Save us, O Ahayah our God, and gather us from among the heathen, to give thanks unto thy holy name, and to triumph in thy praise. Blessed be Ahayah, God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And let all the people say, Amen. Praise ye Ahayah. 107 through.
I think so.
Over.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 107, verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto Ahayah, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Let the redeemed of the Most High say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy, and gathered them out of the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the south. They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. Hungry and thirsty, their soul fainted in them. They cried unto the Most High in their trouble, and he delivered them out of their distresses. And he led them forth by the right way, that they might go to a city of habitation. Oh, that man would praise Ahayah for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. For he satisfieth the longing soul, and filleth the hungry soul with goodness, such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron, because they rebelled against the words of God, and contemned the counsel of the Most High. Therefore he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help. They cried unto the Most High in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and brake their bands in sunder. Oh, that man would praise Ahayah for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. For he hath broken the gates of brass, and cut the bars of iron in sunder. Fools, because of their transgression and because of their iniquities, are afflicted. Their soul abhorreth all manner of meat, and they draw near unto the gates of death. Verse 19. Then they cry unto the Most High in their trouble, and he saveth them out of their distresses. He sent his word and healed them, and delivered them from their destructions. Oh, that man would praise Ahayah for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. And let them sacrifice the sacrifices of thanksgiving, and declare his works with rejoicing. They that go down to the sea in ships, that do business in great waters, these see the works of the Most High, and his wonders in the deep. For he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. They mount up to the heaven, they go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro, and stagger like a drunken man, and are at their wits' end. Then they cry unto the Most High in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distresses. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. Then are they glad because they be quiet, so he bringeth them unto their desired haven. Oh, that man would praise Ahayah for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. Let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people, and praise him in the assembly of the elders. He turneth rivers into a wilderness, and the water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and dry ground into water springs. Verse 36, and there he maketh the hungry to dwell, that they may prepare a city for habitation, and sow the fields, and plant vineyards, which may yield fruits of increase. He blesseth them also, so that they are multiplied greatly, and suffereth not their cattle to decrease. Again, they are minished and brought low through oppression, affliction, and sorrow. He poureth contempt upon princes, and causes them to wander in the wilderness, where there is no way. Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction, and maketh him families like a flock. The righteous shall see it, and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop her mouth. Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they shall understand the loving kindness of Ahayah.
That's why we went over this chapter, so we can understand the loving kindness and goodness of the Most High. And praise him, sing psalms to him, worship him. Okay? With that, we're going to conclude this lesson. We're not going to read the Jubilees because we got to get to the meal. And so we want to close out, and I pray that this lesson was edifying to all those who've been watching and those who are in this room with us. With that, let's salute our Heavenly Father. All hail Ahayah.
All hail Ahayah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.